It's been a long wait, but here we are. 10 seconds left. Let's go. It begins.
Peggy 16.
Yep. Oh, is this a little... I was gonna say, is this like a Little Nightmares 1 and 2 enhanced editions? Maybe. No, I think the second game has one already. I think the first game doesn't have one.
Go back to sleep, little one. The answers might be in your dreams.
Here we go.
Hi, I'm Jen Douglas, and thank you for joining us for this Little Nightmares Showcase event.
And I'm Maya, Community Manager on Little Nightmares, and I'm so happy to be here, especially since we have some charmingly terrifying updates to share.
We're going to be joined by some fantastic guests who have been working on a variety of Little Nightmares games and projects.
And hopefully they don't go sending too many chills down our spines.
Hopefully. They're going to be talking to us about the fantastic projects they've been working on, and we're going to get an exclusive reveal of a new chapter of Little Nightmares 3 and a deep dive into some gameplay.
We might even see the return of a Little Nightmares fan favourite. Who knows?
Who knows? But if you think we spoil everything here in the intro, don't even worry about it. There are going to be plenty of surprises.
Oh, yes.
Right. Now, some of you might know that I've been a massive fan of Little Nightmares since the first game came out way back in 2017.
Wow, was it really that long ago?
It was literally that long ago. And since then, we've been following Mono and Six through countless terrifying locations, from haunted hospitals to creepy kitchens. Many of our childhood fears have come to life. And now it's time to face another one in this exclusive Little Nightmares 3 trailer.
Hey, let's go. Yeah, oh boy, he's right. I'm just so happy that we can actually see. Oh, it's. I'm just happy that we can see some new stuff. I'm really happy. Oh no.
As you've just seen, the carnival will be the main focus for today's look at Little Nightmares 3, and we'll revisit it for an extended gameplay demo and a deep dive into that gameplay. But for now, I'm very excited to say that we're ready to reveal the release date for Little Nightmares 3. Yeah, the release date is here. Little Nightmares 3 is coming out on the 10th of October, 2025.
There it is. There it is. 10th of October. Let's write that down.
Before we get into Little Nightmares
Add that to
3
the
with that
spreadsheet.
shiny new
Let's
release
go,
date,
dude.
let's talk about Little Nightmares as a franchise. I'm joined now by Little Nightmares franchise director, Lucas Roussel. Lucas, thank you for joining me. Welcome.
Hi, Jen. Thank you for having me.
I'm so delighted that you're here. And also, I understand that you're celebrating a Little Nightmares anniversary this year.
Yeah, I mean, this event is a bit special to me because it's been 10 years now that I started to work on Little Nightmares. And when I think back to how we started, you know, I'm delighted and very humbled to see how far we've come.
And you must have worked with some really talented people over those 10 years.
Yes, so many, you know, from Tarsha Studio to Supermassive Games, I had the opportunity to work with amazing people. And actually today we will meet new faces, new talent working on the franchise.
Hey, yo, we got a raid 15?
And a lot of them
Hey,
started
yo,
off as
thank you
fans,
very much.
And now they're putting back, you know, all that love and energy
Mrs.
back into the games
Nana83
and
with
the
the 15?
contents that they're creating.
I always think that's
Welcome.
so cool when
Thank you
fans
very
of
much.
something get to work on the thing they're so passionate about.
Yes, and I really want to take this opportunity to thank, you know, all the
Yeah,
fans.
thank you very
around
much for the
world,
raids.
from
Thank you
a
very
single,
much.
Game to a multimedia franchise.
you.
They've been, you know, all the time with us, supporting us, and they're really the ones who are keeping us, you know, motivated to continue.
Holy shit, wasn't
pushing the
expecting
boundaries
that one.
of Little Nightmares even
Thank
further.
you.
Well said, exactly so, because it's the fans that make Little Nightmares
Welcome
extra
to the stream.
special. Now, at the top of the show, we teased that we were going to be talking about some new Little Nightmares projects. Can you share anything on those?
Yes, I mean, before that, you know, I just want to say that
I
to
love
me,
Little Nightmares, very excited to watch this.
is, you know,
Same
the
here.
world. The world is what is the most important because it's filled, you know, with mysteries. It's full of amazing characters, monsters, and location. Each of them has a unique, you know, story. I think with the games, we just scratched the surface about what Little Nightmares can offer, and the other types of media, you know, really allow us to, you know, tell different stories in, you know, new ways.
That's very intriguing. What do you mean exactly?
Well, you know, let's take the example of The Sounds of Nightmares, you know, the podcast that we released 2 years ago. We were amazed by the reception of the fans, you know, and especially when it comes to the main character, Noon. And actually, if you enjoy the podcast, then I think you should stay a little longer, you know, with us in the show because we will have some exclusive news to share.
Brilliant. Thank you, Lucas. I mean, I loved the podcast. And if you didn't listen to the podcast, you're missing out. We've got a little bit of it for you now. Let's take a listen.
Let's have a look.
Yesterday evening marked my first true session with the girl. Signs of significant disorder are greater than I initially thought.
Bandainamco Europe presents The Sounds of Nightmares.
Oh, Zan, you should play them, man. They're good.
I remember everything.
The first audio fiction series from the world of Little Nightmares.
Last night, in my dream, a muddled voice, and then I saw him.
There must be more. Try.
Hey, thank you very much for the follow.
Interact
Thank you
with
very
the
much.
dream.
I tried to scream, tearing my throat, but I had no breath.
Yeah, I forgot to listen to these as well. I think they're on Spotify.
You're supposed to help me. You're supposed to understand.
I can't help you if you hide things from me.
My head! A fire burns in there!
We can face your monsters together.
Please stop!
Go back to sleep, little one. The answers might be in your dreams.
So here we are in the councillor's
What a
office where much
transition,
of the
you know.
podcast story takes place. Don't worry though, we'll be heading back to the carnival soon for a gameplay deep dive of Little Nightmares 3. But before that, I'll be probing the minds of Alize and Lonnie, here to guide us through the twisted world of transmedia.
Hello.
So we've left the relative comfort of the carnival, but not only that, we've left the nowhere, we're now in the counties, somewhere far less familiar that hadn't been explored before the podcast, right, Lonnie?
Yeah, that's right. It had been hinted at in the past, but The Sounds of Nightmares was the first time we were really able to dive deeper into this world. It was so satisfying for us to expand that lore and shine a light on this strange place.
Yeah, and we were very lucky to collaborate with talented people, included some members of our communities. I don't know if you remember, actually, it was, you know, that contest we organized to know more about our fans' nightmares.
Oh, I do remember. We did receive some very frightening stories.
Yeah, the creativity people shared was just crazy. And adapting one of those dreams into an actual episode was a fantastic experience. And I mean, since the launch of the podcast, the response has been so positive. I can't believe we've already reached over 2 million listens.
From all over the world, right?
Yeah, because we're recorded in 5 languages, so English, French, Spanish, Italian, and German. And everything we've heard so far was so positive. And I mean, I love hearing all the theories they've come up with.
Did someone say theories?
Ooh.
I'm here for theories. Hello, hi.
No, please
Tell
just
me.
don't ask me to explain anything. But for real, it's that mystery that makes the Little Nightmares narrative and its world so special. And on that topic, we wanted to talk about the podcast.
Yes, we wanted to announce that we're working on the season 2 of The Sounds of Nightmares. It's going to take a bit of time to come to life, but we're very excited because we're going to explore even more the counties and the connection between there and the nowhere.
I'm so thrilled to hear that. I've already started like my second binge listen to season 1, and I guess that's just gonna have to like tide me over until season 2 comes along, right?
Absolutely. Now, Alizé, the podcast isn't the only project you're here to talk about, right? What else is keeping you up at night?
The comic book series. So Little Nightmares, Descent to Nowhere, written by Lonnie, by the way.
Interesting.
And it's coming very soon, and we couldn't be more excited.
That's great. Congratulations, Lonnie.
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, it's been a real passion project for both of us for a few years now.
Yeah, and there is a little something we've been keeping under wrap until now. I actually have the official cover
Ooh.
here.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
Is that Mono on the cover?
Yeah, he's part of the story.
Okay, all right. Well, tell
Yeah,
me,
so you
tell me
should
the
definitely
whole
get into the
story then.
games. For sure.
Okay, maybe not the whole
Oh, if anyone's
story.
new, so the kind of games that we stream
yeah,
over
it
here.
tells 2 parallel stories.
We're currently
one
going for
set in the
Expedition 33 at the
counties and one
moment, but
set in the nowhere.
love turn-based
In the
games,
nowhere, we
RPGs,
follow a little
love
mute,
Yakuza,
timid
love
girl
fighting
named Hush,
games,
and she wakes up
love
in
all
a jail
sorts.
cell and she's
Like to
cold.
try
and
new things.
It's not long before she meets Mono. They're a little hesitant to work together, but both of them have to try to figure out a way to escape this cold, labyrinthian dungeon that they're in.
Okay, and how does that connect to the counties?
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away about the counties, but it follows a detective named Myra, and she's exhausted and disillusioned with life. But she has a chance encounter with a stranger that stirs something inside of her. And after that, she decides to start investigating the cold cases of children who've gone missing over the years.
Very cool. Count me in. I can't wait to discover how those 2 places, the nowhere and the counties, like intersect and combine. When can we get hold of the comic and where?
So the first issue will release in October, but you'll be able to pre-order starting in August through Titan's comic website or at your local comic book shops.
And how many
Sweet.
issues will there be?
So 4 in total, and we're going to release 1 episode per month until January. And today we're very excited to share with you the official trailer. Let's watch.
I don't remember how I got here. 20 years as a cog. Thinking I could make a difference. I gave myself over freely. That's why I'm here.
Summary, plays fighting
Sick of
games, love
feeling like a
Yakuza,
puppet.
enjoys turn-based games, whatever game catches eye, and great at stealth.
I'm asking you to give it one more go.
Oh,
Work
dear.
with me. The milk carton cases.
If only that last bit was true, my friend.
Savannah's children. They haunt every mind in the counties.
There you go.
A little girl. There's always a little girl. For the second time in as many days, I'm on a precipice. But this time, I have to jump.
I'm interested. As a stealth expert.
Incredible. This is such an amazing day for fans of the Little Nightmares franchise. I, for one, can't wait to see what everyone makes of all of this.
And we're not even done yet. I think Alizé and Lonnie have a few more surprises up their sleeves before we return to the carnival, don't you?
Yeah, speaking of it, we're actually working on a young adult horror novel set in that same location.
Yeah, that is true, isn't it, a little bit?
I can't wait for you to dive into it.
Where am I going to find the time to read all of these? Oh my God. What can you tell us about the young adult novel?
The novel tells the story of a young girl named Ruse. She wakes up in the carnival in a dark room, and she's there with two other kids that she has never met before. One of them is a mousy girl who has a noose around her neck, and the other one is this frail, starving boy who has a mask over his face. And in that moment, for Ruse, two things become uncertain. One is whether or not she'll be able to get out, and two is whether or not these kids will be her friends or something a little more sinister.
Well, I'm already creeped out and suspicious. When can we read the book?
It will be out in September.
Wow, so games, podcasts, comics, young adult novel. Is there anything else we can be looking forward to?
Well, we might have something else, but I don't know. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure, we have one more surprise for you. It's something we've been crafting very carefully behind the scenes for quite a while now. It's a project that's really close to our hearts, and I think we have a teaser for you right now.
Yeah, I understand what you guys are saying. What is this?
Incredible. I'm so excited to see what that becomes, although something tells me it's not going to end well.
Well, it's not called Little Nightmares for nothing. So we'll be gradually revealing more about these upcoming projects over the coming months. So please keep an eye on our social media channels and website if you think you can handle it, of course.
And thanks to Lonnie and Elise, who we appear to have left behind us now in the counties, for that treasured trove of information.
That's very true, Azan.
Now,
that is
we welcome
very,
to the
very
sofa.
true.
It is the producer and art director of Little Nightmares 3, Coralie Tim. Hi, welcome.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
Now, Coralie, what can you tell us about the carnival?
So our two friends, Lo and Alone, they are trapped in the spiral. It is a part of the nowhere that they are trying to escape. So now they are in carnival. It is a fun fair which is filled with like disturbing attractions and frightening visitors.
Not much fun in this fun fair, it seems.
Yeah, I hated fun fairs as a kid. Flashing lights, odd shapes, stalls covered in old soft toys. Wasn't my thing.
Yeah, right. And it's all full of noise, people, lights. It's very overwhelming.
Yeah, I've got to say though, as much as I hated it when I was younger, this level is one of my favourite in the game. It's really cool. Should we jump in and take a look?
Yeah, yes,
absolutely. Let's have a look.
Here we go.
So here are Lo and Alone. So Lo is the boy with the raven mask and the blue cape, and Alone is the one with the red pigtails and the green jumpsuits.
And they've come to the carnival today.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fun fair, but you will see that nothing in there is so fun.
And it's not a great day to be at the fun fair. The weather's pretty bad today.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty miserable. I mean, this is one of the cool things about the level, I think. We tried to introduce
look how
a lot
this
of
game looks
movement into the
amazing, just from
space,
what
so you
we've
can see
seen.
the wind, the rain, thunder, lightning.
Damn.
All of that really adds to the atmosphere, I think.
Yeah, and look at that depth into the distance there, the extent of the carnival.
Yeah, and you can see a bit more of the carnival from the top in here. I think it's really interesting to see all the big vistas that we can have in there.
Yeah, the vistas are really cool. You're going to see that as we zip across the space now. Feels really 3D, even though we've still got the 2.5D doll's house.
I mean, it looks beautiful. Grim, but, like, you know, beautiful in that Little Nightmares way. Who are these monsters we're seeing around?
So they are the herds. They represent the dull, grinding monotony of the working life. You can find them in the candy factory, but also here when they are allowed to have a bit of fun in the carnival.
I really love watching the players work together to solve some of these puzzles. It's really fun when you do that.
I'm really looking forward to playing the game in co-op.
Yeah, I think it's adding so much to Little Nightmares, being able to enjoy it with your friend. Because in fact, a lot of people were doing it, but like just watching their friend playing and stuff like that. Now they can just play together. So here, this house was just blocking the way, so that's why they moved the candies, because right now it's just occupied and we can go through.
Nice. I can identify with that. I'm easily distracted with candy as well.
I'm not sure this candy you actually want to eat.
Do I not?
It's pretty,
No.
it's pretty
Oh, okay.
disgusting.
I'll take your word for it.
I do think it's cool that we're actually getting genuine co-op in this game, so to speak.
They're not going to get their sign off for health and safety on their food standards.
No,
I don't think.
it's really grim back here.
So one of the cool things we're going to see now is the players.
Oh, Limbo! Oh, well, that takes me back.
We're going to see Lo using his bow and arrow.
Oh yeah, there it is.
And we've got the puppets here, who are smaller enemies, and you're going to see Alone use their tool to smash the head.
Okay, good, because I hate those puppets.
Yeah. So one of the cool things about the design of the puppets is they're just that bit bigger than the kids. You know, they're sort of threateningly larger, but compared to some of the other antagonists,
oh yes,
one
of you distracts them, and then the other one will destroy the head.
Gives you a bit of hope that actually you might have a chance of beating them.
Okay, some sort of candy corpse pinata thing going on.
Yeah, that in the back is
that's delightful, cheerful stuff.
Yeah, so this being the sort of grim world of the nowhere, none of these attractions are particularly pleasant.
No, I don't remember this one from the fun fair.
Oh God. Nah, nothing that extreme, Azan. I just want to drop kick you once.
No. He's having a terrible day.
Just once.
Yeah.
Just
okay, so
one
this is
drop
gonna be
kick.
Me and you, Maya. Who do you want to play as?
Well, I think I prefer Alone with the little pigtails.
Okay.
I do resemble her in real life, so.
Yeah, there we go. All right, fine. Okay, I'll take the mask. I like the mask.
Yeah, you like that?
Do you have a favourite, Coralie?
I think it would be Alone, but I love them both, to be
of course.
honest. And I'm really looking forward for the players to just discover the whole new story that we have behind Little Nightmares 3 and see all their life together. The two characters, really love that. The way they are working together, but also the way they are two great friends.
The way everything is like intimidatingly oversized. Like we're kids at a fun fair, but it's not a fun fair designed for us.
Yeah, you
No,
definitely
it's a
want
horror
to feel
fair.
safe as a kid.
No.
I can't wait to see how speedrunners just gonna blast through the slow parts. Yeah,
You can see
speedrunners
the
do some
sleeping
crazy
puppets, so you're
shit.
going to have to be really careful not to wake them.
No.
Oh no.
Now that'll be me messing up the stealth when we play together, Maya. So you're gonna have to forgive me now in advance for mucking up the sneaking.
Hugs. Not from them.
This scene's really cool. It's full of loads of tension.
It's okay, Maya. We'll be doing this together, so we'll be much braver as a pair.
Absolutely, Jane.
Yeah, I can understand what you mean by when people like take so long to develop these games and then you just have a speedrunner just break it. I understand that. Yeah, I can see that perspective. It is quite funny though when they. I mean, what was that video when like the Doom developers saw them like a crazy speedrunner like go underneath all this stuff and they're like, what the hell?
We made it.
I love seeing their reactions whenever they see their game broken.
Everyone can breathe again now.
In that
There's gonna be
sense,
no more
in a
puppets.
speedrunner's
What, Stu, no more
perspective.
puppets ever?
Not sure about
Not
that.
true. There's always more puppets.
It's one of the cool things
Yeah,
about
this place
the
just
Little
looks
Nightmares
grim.
games, and it's really important to us as well, is that a lot of the storytelling is done in the set dressing. So all of the objects that you see, everything that we design, we take great care because we know the fans really love looking into the detail on that stuff, and they're going to make up really cool theories. So we do a lot of storytelling with the placement of the things in the set.
So you're like consciously like leaving clues in the environment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
and that's the
really
other
important.
perspective. That
Very
makes
cool.
sense. You can
Thank
understand
you for
both.
doing that because I absolutely love
You can definitely
reading those
we can
theories.
definitely understand like
Yeah,
both
me too.
perspectives, like why people don't like them. But
Again,
your
the
perspective
cool
is
thing
like
about this
what
is
I
that as
agree with
kids,
as
you
well.
feel like you're sneaking into a
When they
space
understand
you
how
probably
things
shouldn't be.
work and
Yeah.
what this
And that
means
was
if
one
they
of
go
the
on this
things I loved
angle
about
and
playing the previous
all
Little
this
Nightmares
crazy
games
stuff.
as well, is the fact that you're kind of sneaking around in places that you shouldn't be. It makes
Exactly,
you feel
yeah.
more unsafe.
Yeah, a bit of
100%.
illicit trespassing.
Yeah.
But for this puzzle, I think we will cut it soon because we don't want to spoil everything for the players.
No.
Here we go.
Figure it out for yourselves.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on, Naz?
Okay.
Long time no see, my
Some
friend. I
classic
haven't spoken
sneaking.
to you in a minute. How's it going, bro? You okay? Oh, God. Oh, not too bad, bro. Have you played Andy yet? In Sea of the Wolves?
Quite like the fact here that all the bright lights.
This game looks
are in
sick,
the
bro. Little
background,
Nightmares
so
3,
you're sort
man.
of sneaking through.
Little
behind the
Nightmares is a
scenes
sick
in the
game,
darkness,
or sick
trying to
series of
stay
games.
safe.
Very good.
You're going to see
In my
Alone here
opinion.
using
Very,
the
very
tool in
good.
a slightly different way. This time to smash through a doorway to make progression.
Handy.
Yeah, there are different ways of using the tools, and sometimes in the different chapters as well, you can find how each tool will be useful for this specific chapter.
I hate you, Azan.
Oh, here we another blimmin' pinata, is it? Can't
Yeah.
get enough of these.
Yeah, they quite like it.
I mean, I say pinata, but they don't usually have like dead bodies inside them.
Yeah, I don't think they do have them in like that.
But
No,
we are
last
stuck
time I
right now,
checked.
so we need his help.
I haven't seen
There
how many
it
years.
is.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
He looks it.
Going to lure him over.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's
so you get them to. You go over there so they can interact with the environment in that way. Okay. And then you sneak around.
Just going to leave you to your pinata now.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this like sideshow attraction. That looks fun. Can we have a go on that?
Yeah, it was really important so that any character you will play, you will be able to do the
Cool.
to do-
Okay.
Interesting.
It's a nice carousel in the background there.
I love that. And some herd queuing. Just having a queue. Must be something good. What are they queuing for?
Not sure it's something good.
Oh, well, that's
Sorry.
just typical.
Yeah.
This feels like a callback to
Okay,
the
looks
first Little
like
Nightmares
we
game. We're
get
in
to
the ship
go
and
on
we're
a
like
ride
queuing
at
around.
last.
All on those
Okay, a roller
tables. That's just what like comes to
Now,
mind.
In what way is this going to be
When they're all
like a
going aboard
nightmare
the ship
roller coaster?
or the station that
I
they're
think there
in.
might be some clues in the design, but I don't want to spoil it for the fans, so people are just going to have to look really carefully and figure
Okay.
it out.
Something to do with these sinister mystery bags in the car with us.
Quite possibly.
Okay. Oh, well, at least we get to go on a ride, though.
Yeah, it's a nice way to see the rest of the fair.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Awesome.
All right, and now the climb.
And for now, that's where we stop. We hope you enjoyed the journey. It's far from being over.
I did enjoy the journey. Thank you so much, Coralie. Thank you, Tim. That was great. I'm currently caught between the fun of the fun fair and the lingering, like, uncanny, creepy feeling. And I cannot wait to find out where this roller coaster takes us.
God damn it. Yeah, they can't show everything, but it's really good just to see some footage of this game. Like, finally.
Now that we know a bit more about the carnival, Maya, what can you tell us about the different editions that are available to pre-order?
So before we go through that, Jane, I'd just like to remind everyone that the game will be available in both solo and online co-op modes. Plus, with the Friends Pass, people who purchase the game will be able to invite a friend for the entire game, even if their friend doesn't own it themselves.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't
Okay,
that
what a
what
great
Split
way to have
Fiction
your friends
did?
join you on your Little
Like
Nightmares
the friend
3
pass.
journey.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe they did
Now,
that
with
as
those
well, right?
pre-orders, they are now open for all platforms, except for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. That will come at a later date.
Okay, and there are a few
Switch 2
different
getting a port down the
versions
line
that
and
people can
Switch as
choose
well.
between.
Okay.
Yes, there are. So first, as well as the standard edition, we have the deluxe edition. So this one includes the Residence costume pack, which I'm sure our fans will instantly recognize from our previous games. It also includes the Secret of the Spirals expansion pass, adding 2 new chapters, exploring new locations in the spiral.
Okay.
And last but not least, the expansion pass includes a costume set inspired by an iconic character from the Little Nightmares universe.
Wow, that's a lot.
It really is. And for those who want even more, we have the collector's edition, which includes everything from the deluxe.
Yo, Robin, get
plus
that
a
wallet out,
scorebook,
bro.
an
Get
art
that
book,
wallet.
And
what's this?
This beauty.
Hey.
Want to take a look?
Oh, I do. Yeah, let me
There
look.
you go. Just
Aw.
look at those details.
Cute. I
Really
love
is.
that. Awesome.
And if that still isn't enough, we also have the premium collector's edition with
Oh,
even more
god
content
damn.
available exclusively on the Bandai Namco store.
Okay.
Which will also be home, by the way, to an extensive lineup of merch, which
Sure.
includes this
Hey.
jackets. Look at this.
Yeah, I've been eyeing that. In fact, I've got mine already.
What? Where did
Yeah.
you get that from?
From the Bandai Namco store.
Of course.
And there's a pre-order bonus that you can tell us about.
Yes, there is.
Pre-order
So
bonus?
we absolutely loved the first two games, and you know, as fans ourselves, we really wanted to give players a little nod to our beloved Six with the Dark Six costume sets.
Hey.
Because I don't think any of us can get too much Six.
Never.
How much is that going to
For those who want to
cost?
see even more of Six, I'm very happy to announce that over 8 years after the release of Little Nightmares, we'll be releasing the enhanced edition of
There
the
you go,
game
yep.
on PlayStation 5.
I
Xbox
mentioned
Series,
this not too long
PC,
ago.
And Nintendo Switch 2. And that will be at the same time as Little Nightmares 3. Do you want to take a quick look?
I do, yeah.
Sweet. At least it comes with the get. Yo, man's throwing shade at Borderlands 4. Oh no. It makes sense that this game gets an enhanced edition because the second one did, but the first game was the one that didn't have one at all. And 60 frames per second, those beautiful frames. Ray trace reflections.
Are you for real?
Vile Council, thank you for the follow. I'm a fellow Dragon Ball Z fan. That's what we love to hear. Welcome to... Oh, dude, I remember I was share playing this with Robin, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm free. October 10th as well, sweet. So we get both. Switch 2 port, lovely. I remember like, oh, I'm home free. Then that
Now, how did you
chef
like
came
that?
out the elevator, and I went,
loved
oh
it.
my
now,
god,
we've come
no.
outside with Coralie to talk about this new enhanced edition. Coralie, what can you tell us about the changes and upgrades and tweaks you've made for this new version?
So with Little Nightmares 3 catching the attention of so many new players, we really wanted to bring Six stories up to today's standards. So the first thing you notice is the announcement visuals.
Absolutely stunning, that's for sure.
Thank you. And you will see that we've added ray tracing, volumetric lighting, all of those things that add so much to the atmosphere while staying true
That
to
looks
the DNA
beautiful,
of the
dude.
game. We've also added new gameplay helpers and new checkpoints, and that's to make the game even more enjoyable for also new players.
cool.
So it's going to be a great way for someone who's like literally never played the
And they
first
consider it
game
the
to
philosophy.
experience it for
No
the first
problem.
time.
Thank you very
but
much for the
also,
raid. Enjoy the
if
rest
you
of
played
your
the
day.
first game, you can
Thank you
kind
very
of
much.
relive it with a new modern experience.
Exactly.
And to give everyone the chance to dive right in, Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition will be available immediately for anyone who pre-orders a digital edition of Little Nightmares 3 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC.
Ah, okay.
Oh, wow. So I basically need to go play it right after we finish doing this show.
Yeah.
Well, you might not have to wait that long, as I think this concludes our show for today. So Little Nightmares 3 will be out on October 10th, 2025 on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, Xbox Series and Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, and PC. And you can go to the
Fantastic.
Little Nightmares website to check the different pre-order offers
There
in
we
your
go.
country.
October 10th.
As mentioned,
October
Nintendo
10th.
Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders will open at a later date. And don't forget to join our new Discord server for all the info on the franchise.
Yeah, it's a great place to share your wildest theories. I know Maya loves to read them almost as much as I do.
Oh, I really do. It's always great to see what our amazing yet little bit distorted community has in mind. I know I'll be right there after the show. But before we wrap up today, we've got one final small surprise for you, an early sneak peek at another project currently in development.
Okay, let's see. Oh no. Little Nightmares VR.
Amazing stuff. I cannot wait to
Okay.
experience Little Nightmares in VR. But I guess I'm going to have to be a little patient for that one. With that final surprise, we have come to the end of our show.
Little
Thank
Nightmares
you so much
VR.
for tuning in. I'm off to play Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition while I wait for Little Nightmares 3 to come out in October. I will see you in the nowhere.
Take care, little ones.
Bye.
Time to get a VR headset. I don't know about that one, bro, but I was not expecting VR from Little Nightmares. That's crazy. Oh, Indignation Judgment, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. But yeah, VR stream incoming, bro. No, no. I'm just so happy we finally got new footage. We've got more news about the game. We're seeing a release date. You know, Little Nightmares 1 getting an enhanced edition is very cool. That's a good shout as well. Almost makes you forget about Azan. Why did you have to say that? Almost makes you forget about Silk Song. Why you gotta do this to me, my guy? Why did you have to do that? There you go, October 10th. Pre-order bonus Dark 6 costume set. Pre-order to play now. Yeah, I might have to do that. I might have to. There we go. Join us on the Discord. More info on littlenightmares.com. So that was the end of the showcase. Very excited. I'm really looking forward to seeing what else they do with this game, where they take the story, all those good things like that. And at the same time, I thought I also want to talk about obviously they won't show it here. I'm hoping they show this at Gamescom because I believe they announced it at Gamescom, and that was the game Reanimal. That the original studio who did the first game, that's their next project. So that game has a lot more, well, not a lot more, but like it has a very horror vibe to it. And that game also has co-op. So I want to see like how these games differ in terms of like direction. Like that game looks more like scary and intense. This game is obviously looks with all the other like Little Nightmare games very grimy. There's obviously some dark like stuff to it, especially with like the first game with all the people like eating stuff on the table, and then you had like Little Nightmares 2 with the radio tower. I can't remember the name of the actual tower. I think it was just called the tower. But like anyone who hasn't played these games, that maybe like watching the stream or the video when I upload it, highly recommend these games. These games are very good. And in my chat is one of my friends, Robin or Phantom Soul. He actually got me into these games. So gotta thank Robin for actually like recommending me this one because I got it on PS Plus, but I just you just add it to the library and you just look at it and you think, okay, moving on, right? I don't hate the game or anything at that point. I was just like, okay, I'll just add it, and then if I ever feel like playing it, I will. And he was like, bro, you should try it. I think you'd really like the game. So I downloaded the game, played it, loved the game, and then I mentioned it earlier before the raid by Nana83. Thank you very much again, and everyone else who's joined and followed. I really appreciate all that. I beat the first game. I bought the game. I bought the second game, and I played it immediately. I was just like, I'm hooked. Like I get why people like this game, and getting again like a showcase of just seeing what's going on and how they develop the game, the areas, the griminess that's still intact and what they're going to do with the game. I'm just excited. I'm just very excited to see, or not to see, but to get my hands on the full release. And I'm just glad we've got a release date, October 10th. I was scared. I was like, please don't shadow drop it or anything like that. I didn't think they were ever going to, but I was just like, please don't do that for the love of God. But yeah, Little Nightmares 3, great. I want to see what Supermassive Games are doing, obviously with Bandai Namco. I just want to see how good this game is. I want to play it. I'm now on the Little Nightmares hook again, where I was just like, oh my god, I played the second game, I beat it, and I was like, I need the third game now. And I remember when, I believe it was me, I think it was me and Robin watching it. I don't remember when Little Nightmares 3 got announced. We were like, is this Little Nightmares 3? I was like unsure for a second. I was like, is it Little Nightmares 3? And like, it looks like it. Just from like seeing the gameplay. And when we found out it was, we were like, holy shit. We were losing our minds. It's so good. It's just like when people, like, this is a game I recommend. Like, you know, you look at this game, you think, what's so good about it? I was just like, bro, try it. I can explain everything, but then that takes away the experience and like the interactions and the feeling of the game. If I go, oh, it's about this, 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 and this, you know, like, you want to experience that yourself. Robin said nothing when Robin said play it. He said nothing about it. He was like, bro, just play it. You will enjoy it. And I was like, dude, this game is kind of sick. So yeah, shout out to Robin in my chat for actually recommending me Little Nightmares. So here we are. I wouldn't be streaming this or, you know, have this so much appreciation for the games. Maybe I would from like an outside perspective, but it's a lot more better when you have the game and you've played it and you know like what you love about it and what these games do that is so good. So yeah, thank you, Robin, for that. I gotta shout out you there on in the stream, and I just want to see more of Reanimal and how they and what they do with that game. And it was the first studio that, sorry, it was the developers that made the first game. I think it was called Tarsier Studios. I apologize if I got that pronunciation wrong. So I want to see what they do. So I'm gonna get both games. Like I love Little Nightmares 1, love Little Nightmares 2. I want to see where both these games, like what these games do. Yeah, that was a fun stream. I'm gonna work on this getting uploaded as soon as possible. Everyone else just enjoy the rest of the day. I can't believe I've streamed 2 days in a row in a week, like a weekday. This is not normal. Normal weekends is my more appropriate time. And I was a bit tired when I got home and I just thought, Little Nightmares, let's get hype. That woke me up straight away. So yeah, I need to look at those like those podcast things on Spotify. I need to check them out. Robin, I will send you the link for those if you don't have Spotify or maybe they'll upload them on YouTube. I don't know, but I'm gonna look into that. And yeah, I need to start playing Little Nightmares again. I'm hooked again. So new viewers, obviously my friends that have tuned in, Naz, again, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you anyway. And just everyone that stopped by, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this showcase. And yeah, if you want to just see more streams or just like follow the content I'm trying to do for the channel, do like tier lists or those reaction videos, discussion videos, all that good stuff. Click on the like my channel name. It'll have like my YouTube and Twitter and all that kind of stuff. Where if you want to follow me on there, feel free. And yeah, good things to come, like all these follows and just like the raid. That I really appreciate that. I did not expect that at all. That was such a shock. So I really appreciate that. The generous raid. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much again. I kind of want to hear a reaction when you watch the Little Nightmares speed run, bro. I can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see how they break that game. But yeah, everybody, enjoy the rest of the evening. I'm gonna get this VOD uploaded, edit the bits that we need to, and yeah, just enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good week, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Peace out, guys.